بعد سنبدأ هذا المساء مستعينين بالله تعالى في دراسة المستوى الأول. ندرس المستوى الأول. Today we begin our classes and our studies together in the first level, المستوى الأول. المستوى الأول, the first level. ففي هذا المستوى سوف ندرس كتبا عديدة. We will study a number of books إن شاء الله. الكتاب الأول هذا. This book is called التدريبات. كتاب التدريبات. كتاب التدريبات, the exercise book. The one that's known as book 1. This is known as كتاب التدريبات. كتاب التدريبات, exercise book. طيب أيضا عندنا كتاب القراءة. عندنا we have also كتاب القراءة. طيب وأيضا عندنا also we have كتاب التعبير. التعبير. القراءة بمعنى reading, means reading. والتعبير بمعنى expression. إذن هذه ثلاثة كتب. This is 3 books. عندنا كتاب التدريبات, كتاب القراءة, وكتاب التعبير. We have 3 books. We have the book that's the exercise book known as book 1, and we have the book which is known as reading, القراءة, والمقصود منه القراءة والاستيعاب, reading and comprehension. Reading and comprehension. We want to be able to read and comprehend and understand what we have read. That's what this book Al-Qira'ah inshallah would help us do in the goal for studying that book. Al-Qira'ah. What's the goal for studying Qira'ah?
To be able to read and comprehend.
To be able to read and comprehend what we're reading. The goal for the Tadribat is to learn how to form proper sentences, to learn grammatic rules in order to form proper sentences and proper sentence structures. وأيضا عندنا كتاب التعبير. التعبير بمعنى expression. كتاب expression. We want to be able to express ourselves. Somebody he has ideas. Somebody he has feelings. He wants to express those ideas and feelings in Arabic language. That's why we will inshallah study كتاب التعبير. التعبير. Everybody with me?
Yes.
Everybody with me? هل أنتم معي؟ نعم. Okay, there's another book, likewise. كتاب آخر. Another book we will study بإذن الله تعالى. It's called شرح. The شرح. We'll use this because it's easy. It's laid out for you. I'll add it to the group inshallah. We can print this. So, with that said, those 4 books that we have to get. الكتاب الأول كتاب تدريبات. كتاب القراءة, كتاب التعبير, وهذا الكتاب الشرح, كتاب التدريبات. We need these 4 books. Every student needs to have these books in every class. The best way to do it is to go to Office Depot and print them all together and then bind them in one binding, similar to like this. ليتني أعطيتكم الكتاب هذا سابقا. عفوا. I should have given you the books. وقدر الله ما شاء فعل, this book as well, but we have to add this book to it. Now, so we don't want to have the PDF only. PDF is fine, alhamdulillah, you can use it on the go and the likes, but every student needs to have a book in his hand. Every student needs to have a book in his hand and a notebook. In every class, and a pen or a pencil in every class. Okay? The PDF is not sufficient in the class. You have to have the book. Now, we want to be a student, and the ulama, they say الطالب بلا كتاب مثل المقاتل بلا سلاح. The student without a book is like a fighter without a weapon. What's going to happen to him? Somebody goes to fight to a battle without a weapon. At least he's going to get laughed at. At least they're going to laugh at him. If they don't kill him or hurt him or take him captive. So, student likewise, he's going to have a book. The student has a book. The student has a pen. And the likes like this. So these are the books that we need and that we need to study. And we have the objective to learn in Al-Mustawa Al-Awwal. Because the series of the Arabic course, this is only one subject. So a student who's going to study, for example, level 1, In the Medina courses, there's 4 mustawiyat. Arba'atu mustawiyat, 4 levels. Level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. Book 1 is 1 subject from level 1. Book 2 is 1 subject from level 2. Book 3, that is famous, that everybody knows, that's split in 2. It's 1 subject from level 3, the first half, and 1 subject from level 4, the second half. So the point by mentioning this is that book is only 1 subject from the whole course. 1 subject from the whole course. Somebody who wants to become fluent, somebody who wants to understand what he's reading, somebody who wants to know what the Imam is reciting in Fajr, for example, then he has to study more than that book. Somebody who wants to be able to understand the hadith whenever he reads it by himself, or to speak correct Arabic, it requires more than that book. There's a whole course. From that, there's books that we're studying now. Qira'ah and Ta'bir. These are the 2 main books. Although there are other subjects too, these are the 2 main books that we need, along with this one. Ta'bir wa Qira'ah and Tadribat. And we ask Allah Azza wa Jalla to make this sufficient for us and to make it beneficial for us. And the student that is sincere. And remember, Barakallah fikum, nabda hada dars yani kamaqaddimah. And we have already agreed on something, but that's going to kind of change a little bit because now there's more students. So we have to kind of make the proper arrangements. Because before we had made agreements, that was based upon people already in class. Now there's students that were not in class before. So we still have the same goal, but we have to also keep in mind the new students. So this is ibadah. Seeking knowledge is one of the greatest acts of worship. One of the most pleasing deeds to Allah Azza wa Jalla is that a believer, he will learn his deen. Even the ulama, for example, Al-Imam al-Shafi'i, rahimahullah ta'ala, he died in 204. Later on after him, An-Nawawi, he died in 676. Later on after him, Ibn Taymiyyah, Shaykh al-Islam Ibn Taymiyyah, he died in 728. From the earlier generations, all the way back to Imam Shafi'i, from those first generations, they have agreed. And they have mentioned that there's a consensus from the ulama that the greatest act of worship, the most beloved, the best, the most rewarding act of worship after the obligatory actions is seeking knowledge. Seeking knowledge. And from that seeking knowledge is seeking the knowledge of the Arabic language. So right now, we're in ibadah. Right now, we're worshiping Allah Azza wa Jal. Right now, we're hoping for the reward from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this is helping you in many ways. For one, getting nearness to Allah Azza wa Jal and seeking His pleasure. But likewise, to remember that even if, for example, I don't get it, I don't understand, it's hard for me. If I have it in sincere intention, I still have the reward with Allah Azza wa Jal. I still have the reward. Whether I get it or don't get it today, I have a reward with I'm worshiping Allah Azza wa Jal. So I'm hoping for His reward. I'm hoping for His reward. But the one who is sincere and the one who wants to learn this language so he can understand the words of Allah Azza wa Jal, so he can understand the words of the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam, so he can comply to that. So that he can comply to that, so that he can do that, so he can learn the commandments and prohibitions, and so that he can apply them in his life. He wants to know what Allah has commanded in His book. He wants to know what Allah has prohibited in His book. Likewise in the Sunnah of the Messenger, so that he can comply to that and live according to that. Then Allah Azza wa Jalla will make a way for him, and He will make it easy for him. ومن سلك طريقا يلتمس فيه علما سهل الله له به أي بذلك الطريق أو بذلك العلم طريقا إلى الجنة. That whoever sets out on a path seeking knowledge, then Allah will make it easy for him by way of that knowledge, by way of that path. He's seeking knowledge, by way of that knowledge will make it easy for him the path to Jannah. The path to Jannah is the path of knowledge. So right now, بإذن الله تعالى, we're on the path to Jannah. We're on the path to Jannah. Naam. And then, not to mention that the importance of learning the Arabic language, that is to understand the words of Allah Azza wa Jalla. To understand the words of Allah, the Creator, the one who created the heavens and the earth, the one who designed and gave everything its shape and its form, the one that every life is alive by His life and by His permission, subhanahu wa ta'ala, the one who is alive and He never dies. He has spoken to His creation and He has given them directions and He has sent them revelation, and we want to understand His words. And this is in the Arabic language. So we're on a noble path, walillah alhamd. So a believer, he has to remember to be sincere. And he also has to know that this is not easy. And what he is seeking after is something very, very great, and something very, very heavy, and something very, very virtuous. And it's not going to come for nothing. It's not going to come for nothing. Rather, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be hardship. But for the one who is sincere, Allah will make it easy for him. Always in the beginning, there's a test. There's a test, the trial. If a person, he bears through that test, and he's patient, and he continues with sincerity, then Allah will make it easy for him. Inna ma'al usri yusra. Inna ma'al usri yusra. Verily, along with ease, with difficulty, there's ease. There's ease. So we have to keep these things in mind together. We have to keep these things in mind together. We have to be patient with each other. And we have to be continuous. And we have to be persistent. And what I advise you, as your brother, that also that you listen and you follow my directions. So, for example, if we say you have to do the homework, do the homework. You do the homework. And don't be a lazy student. Don't be one of those students that opens the book in class and then he never opens the book until the next class. These are mistakes that students make. They open the book, mashallah, in class, maybe understand very well in class, but then after class it goes in the back seat. And they don't open it again until the next class. This is a mistake. This is a mistake. This is a mistake that costs a lot of time for somebody. That in reality, the education, and I'll tell you from experience, my own experience in seeking knowledge, that the most benefit that you will find is in your review out of class. The review that you have outside of class. So you need to have time together outside of class. Likewise, to review together. I suggest you set days, like maybe Wednesday or whatever the case may be, meeting before Salat or after Salat or whatever the case may be. Of course, try to meet in a time where it's not during the other classes, so you don't miss the other classes. But you want to try to meet with your brother after Fajr or whatever the case. Make a group. We have a big group here, so maybe split it up, 5 here, 5 there, whatever the case, whatever is easy. And review the work that you take together outside the class. So the way that you will do that, these are like keys, and they're very important. That, for example, we take a class today, you go home, you review it by yourself, you meet with your brothers, you go over that knowledge. That's the steps, right? You take the class, you go home, you review it by yourself, you go over it until you think that you have understood it. If you have questions, you write it down, then you sit with your group and brothers, and then you review it. Like this, and then you take the next dars. You continue like this, and you will have khair, and you will have barakah, and the knowledge will grow. And the ulama, they used to say, for example, Ibn Abbas, one of the greatest of the ulama, of the ummah, رضي الله عنهما, he said, تذكروا علم فإن مذاكرة حياة العلم. To review the knowledge, for verily reviewing knowledge is the life of knowledge. And you want to bring the knowledge to life, then you have to review it, you have to go over it. So not just simply sitting in the classroom, but rather after the classroom you review it and you go over it. And in this manner the knowledge, it sticks and becomes firm. It sticks and becomes firm. So we have the books that we will study, and we have any questions about that so far? Nah.
Where do we get the PDFs?
The PDF, they're in the group. The PDF been put in the group. The brother is the administrator. Brother Abu Yusuf is the administrator. So if you're not in that group, then he can add you to the group, and you can find them there. Inshallah. Inshallah. So this is the case. Okay. No questions about that? طيب. One of my main goals also, that way everybody will be on the same page, inshallah, is that my first and main intention is to be able to get the students to understand me in Arabic. So I don't want to spend a whole lot of time speaking English. So we're going to immediately start learning ibarat, any phrases, kalimat, mufradat, vocabulary words, in order that we can communicate together in Arabic. So that at very minimum I can speak to you and you understand what I'm saying. So that I don't have to teach in English. Because I don't want to teach in English. We want to learn Arabic in Arabic. That's the first goal that we're trying to get to. That's what we want to do in book 1. We want to get there and as fast as possible to where you can understand what I'm saying in Arabic. Even if it's difficult for you to respond to me, no problem. Even if I ask you for something and you respond in English, alhamdulillah. As long as you can understand what I'm saying, that's my main goal right now. So that everybody's with me. We want to kick English as fast as possible. So I'm not going to be using a lot of English. I mean, we're going to use it as much as that we need, like darura. But like right now, we're about to start. Inshallah, I'm going to start putting words on the board and expressions on the board, so that we can leave English as fast as possible. We have conditions also we have to agree upon. We can use English as long as we need to. But if we learn something in Arabic, we can't use English no more. Like, for example, if we learn to say, what is the meaning of? You can't say what is the meaning of anymore. You have to say it in Arabic. If we didn't learn the word, you have to, no problem. But whatever we learn together, we have to start using it immediately. We have to start using it immediately. And so also in this methodology, or in this way, there's going to be a lot of words coming on the side. Also, as I'm speaking, the word will pop up. I'll write it on the board over here. I'm going to write vocabulary, random words. That's going to be added to your vocabulary list. They're always going to be on this side. Always going to be on this side. Words are going to pop up. I'm just going to say it, and then I realize you don't know the meaning. So I write it down and tell you the meaning. I'm not going to write in English. Inshallah, I will never write in English. But that doesn't mean you can't write in English. Actually, you should write in English. So if we're going through the book, for example, or we're going through the Qira'ah book, for example, and we're going through it, and there's new words you don't know, write the meaning down in English, no problem, for now. That way you know when you go back home and you're reviewing, it's there. You know what it means. You know what it means, so that doesn't stop you. I'm going to say it in English maybe. I'll tell you the meaning in English, but I'm not going to write it in English. I'm not going to write it in English. I'm going to try to follow a way where pretty much I want to force you to pick it up. Pick it up. You have to pick it up. I'm going to help you as much as I can, but at the same time, we're going to try to make you learn Arabic. Because if we just go English, we'll be on crutches our whole life. But we don't want to do that. We want to be able to understand Arabic so we can understand the words of our Lord. We want to be able to understand Arabic so we can understand the speech of our Prophet. Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. We want to be able to understand the ulama directly and the likes like this. So likewise, but there are going to be a lot of grammar rules that come in this book also, in this mustawa, that are very important. These will probably take them in English. I'll make it easy so that we can learn the rules in English and then we can use them. Likewise, there are going to be some skills that we will learn. Sarf, some morphology that we'll learn in this mustawa. We're going to learn it in English also. That part we'll learn in English. That way I can get it out of the way. And there's a lot of things, like, for example, grammar rules or this morphology and verb conjugation that we just need to memorize. I'm going to put that out there too. And I'll give it soon. That way the person, he can start memorizing as fast as he can. So maybe this stuff is not going to come in the book, wait till later, or even Mustawa Thani, but it's fundamental issue, and all the student has to do is memorize it. So then it's on you. You have it. You memorize it now, alhamdulillah, you're better. It's better for you. If you don't memorize it till later, and it's going to come later eventually. But the stuff like this that I put on the board and I advise you to memorize, I highly advise you to memorize it. Memorize it. Whatever we put on the board, try to memorize it. The deen, one of the specific qualities of this religion is that it's memorized. It's memorized in the hearts of men. في صدور الرجال. The deen is memorized in the hearts of men. So we will be like that and we will memorize. طيب. With that being said, also there's minimum requirements for a student in this class. Although everybody is welcome to attend and listen, but this class is for the minimum requirement to actually benefit from this class is that a person can read Arabic fluently. The minimum requirement, everybody with me? The minimum requirement for somebody to benefit from this class, to keep up from this class, because in previous classes and from previous students I have experience, and they say, oh, you're going too fast, or this is, the pace, I don't get it. And then if I ask them to read, they can't read. So no wonder you can't keep up. You have to be able to read. This book requires you to be able to read. هذا بيت وهذا قلم وهذه سيارة. You have to be able to read. القط تحت مكتبي. You have to be able to read these words in the book. If you can't read, then this class is too advanced for you. That's not stopping you from listening. If you want to listen, alhamdulillah. But we're not going to go at the pace of the person who can't read. We're going to go at the pace of the people who can read, because that's what the class is for. If you have a problem reading, alhamdulillah, we have a good imam here. May Allah preserve him. He's teaching people how to read after Fajr every day, Monday through Thursday. All you have to do is just come for Fajr and go to the wall with him and talk to him, and he will teach you how to read Alif Ba Ta or to read the Quran or whatever the case may be. So if somebody has a problem reading, then he should also attend that class. If somebody's reading skills are not fluent, then he could stay in this class because he is able to read, but it's not fluent. Let him also sit with the Imam 1, 2, 3, 4 days in the morning and read and learn how to read fluently. That way he'll be able to keep up. Because inshallah, whenever we start, alaikum salam, we're not going to stop, inshallah. We're going to go. We're going to finish Mustawa al-Awwal and go to Mustawa al-Thani. We're going to finish Mustawa, inshallah. That's the intention, and go to Mustawa al-Thalith, and then Mustawa al-Rabi, and then after that, if everybody's good, we go to Ajrumiyah, and the likes, and the likes, and the likes, and we continue our education in Arabic. Who knows something about this book? Who studied this book before? Everybody? So everybody has some idea about the book. Huh? Naam, this book. Naam. Book 1, naam, Tadribat. Okay, we're going to start. We have to know a couple of expressions. Ma ma'na. We're going to say this a lot. Ma ma'na. That means, what is the meaning of? Okay? And the answer is going to, like, this is a question. If I put a scene like that, هذا بمعنى السؤال. نعم. والجواب, the answer, we say كذا بمعنى كذا. مثلا, for example, we say ما معنى, the first one, ما معنى قلم. الجواب القلم بمعنى pen. ما معنى قلم. قلم بمعنى pen. Like this. I'm going to say ما معنى بمعنى, what's the meaning of? What's the meaning of? So if we said, for example, ما معنى قلم. ما معنى قلم. What's the meaning of قلم? You're going to respond قلم بمعنى pen. أنتم معي? Are you with me? Like this. أيضا من العبارات التي نريد أن نتعلمها. Also from the expressions that we want to learn. ما معنى كيف?
How?
كيف بمعنى how. كيف تقول. I'm going to say this a lot. كيف تقول كذا وكذا وكذا. مثلا, أو كيف تقول بالإنجليزية أو بالعربية. بالعربية, أو أقول بالإنجليزية. نعم, إنجليزية. الجواب تقول كذا وكذا وكذا. Okay. مثلا, نحن هنا, we are here. I'm going to say سوف أقول كيف تقول قلم بالإنجليزية. الجواب تقول pen. You say pen. I'm saying right here, how do you say pen in English? You say pen. We don't want to say you say. We want to say تقول. تقول بمعنى you say. تقول. ما معنى تقول? You say. ما معنى كيف? How. كيف تقول. ما معنى كيف تقول? How do you say? نعم. How do you say? كيف تقول. How do you say? مثلا كيف تقول pen بالعربية. تقول قلم. كيف تقول boy بالعربية. تقول ولد. كيف تقول قط بالإنجليزية. ما معنى كلب؟ كلب بمعنى dog. طيب أيضا نريد أن نتعلم we want to learn هذه الكلمة نقول ما عكس كذا وكذا وكذا. ما معنى عكس؟ opposite. إذن أيضا نتعلم المفردات بالأضداد يعني بالعكس. We're going to learn vocabulary words by learning the opposite. Learning the opposite. This is one way. So for example ممكن يمكنني أن أقول ممكن أن أقول I might say ما معنى كبير؟ big. أفضل من أن تقول big تقول كبير عكس صغير. So now you want to find out how to talk to me in Arabic. Pretend I don't know English. This is what we want to do. We want to get to the point we pretend we don't know English. If you go study overseas, they're not going to speak to you in English. They don't know English. So this is the thing that they force you to think. Right? So we want to try to think like that. If we didn't know the same language, how would we do it? How would we do it? So one way that I understand ما معنى كبير؟ كبير عكس صغير. وما معنى قصير؟ قصير عكس طويل. ما معنى طويل؟ بمعنى طال. وما عكس طال؟ طال short. كيف تقول short بالعربية؟ قصير. تقول قصير. فهمتم؟ قصير. أنتم معي؟ ما معنى معي؟ with me. نعم أنتم معي. نعم. سين بمعنى سؤال. ما معنى السؤال؟ سؤال بمعنى question. سؤال بمعنى question. ما عكس سؤال؟ هذه مفردات التي تأتي عارضة. These are vocabulary words that come يعني unintentionally. If I put إذا كتبت جيم أنا كتبت جيما هنا هذا بمعنى جمع. وإذا كتبت هذا بمعنى. وإذا كتبت هذا بمعنى عكس. طيب it's gonna become easy. We're gonna use it a lot إن شاء الله. سؤال عكس جواب. خلاص سؤال عكس جواب. نعم. فالسين بمعنى سؤال والجيم بمعنى جواب. فهذا السؤال ما معنى؟ قلم بمعنى pen. سؤال وجواب. فهمتم؟ كيف تقول I understood or I understand؟ فهمت. أنا فهمت. نعم. تقول أنا. ما معنى أنا؟ فهمت. أنا فهمت. هل فهمت؟ فأنت فهمت وأنا فهمت. نعم. طيب ما معنى هذا؟ this أو this is. This is. باللغة العربية ما عندنا كلمة is أو a. We don't have is. These are called copulative verbs. We don't have them, but they're implied. إذن هذا يعني بمعنى this is. مثلا هذا قلم. من يترجم? Who can translate هذا قلم? This pen? This is a pen. This is a pen. This is a pen. Where is in a? It's implied. It's implied. It's understood in the Arabic language. It's understood in the Arabic language. نعم. هذا قلم. هذا قلم. نعم. Who knows the language, the technical meaning of هذا, or the term? What is هذا? اسم الإشارة للقريب. المذكر. للقريب المذكر المفرد. للقريب المذكر المفرد. نعم أحسنتم. طيب هناك there. ما معنى هناك؟ there. أيضا بمعنى there is. هناك كتاب آخر. There is another book. فيه مفردات المستوى الأول. نعم PDF. مفردات. ما معنى مفردات؟ vocabulary. If you don't know the word and I don't write it, say, Afwan, can you write it down? Mufradat. ما معنى مفردات؟ مفردات. مفردات بمعنى vocabulary words. Vocabulary words. Very easy for you to get that PDF. It's available in the Telegram group, and just go over those vocabulary. As much as you can. Memorize them, understand them, know them. And then you can test yourself when you get together in your group, and then you follow my lead. Like when you're together in the group, also try not to speak English as much as you can. Use this methodology. When you get together and you review, one person, he says, ما معنى قلم. You say, أو ما عكس كبير. أو كيف تقول الإمام جالس الإمام جالس بالإنجليزية. كيف تقول الإمام جالس بالإنجليزية. The Imam is sitting. نعم. كيف تقول the student is standing بالعربية. الطالب واقف. Like this. This is all lesson 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 4, 5 like this. Going over that vocabulary, going back and forth, learning how to use it. كيف تقول the rock is heavy. بالعربية. الحجر ثقيل. كيف تقول the paper is light. الورق خفيف. Who knows these vocabulary words? من يعرف هذه المفردات. كلكم صح? Everybody knows these words. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Now we have to start using them like this. We have to start using them like this. نركبها في جمل. We have to form them in sentences. Form them in sentences. طيب. I mentioned previously and the brothers before that these next few classes are going to be crash course, so that we can catch up. So that's the case. We can still stay up on that way as much as we can. I'm just afraid that we don't want to leave anybody behind too much. So one thing about seeking knowledge is that there is nothing that one of the aib or one of the faults or something that somebody could be blameworthy with regards to in seeking knowledge is that they're shy to ask a question. Don't be shy to ask a question. And one of the mistakes that students make also is that the teacher says فهمت, and he says نعم فهمت, and وما فهم. He'll say, did you understand? And he'll say, yeah, I understand, but he didn't understand. That's a mistake. Don't do that. Don't do that. We came here to learn. And one of the things about learning, he said, a person who is going to learn, he says, I don't know. Teach me. I don't know. What's the right way? That's what I don't know. Okay, let's figure it out. Let's learn then. Now let's learn then. So you don't say, I know, if you don't know. If it's not totally clear, say it's not totally clear. Like that. This is the case. So asking a question is not wrong. Actually, it's good. And many times that question will benefit others from your brothers. So don't be shy to ask a question, and don't ever say you know if you don't know. Don't ever say you know if you don't know. If we say, do you know? And you don't know, say, no, I don't know. I didn't understand it. One more time. No problem. Inshallah. لا بأس بالعيادة أو بتكرار المعلومات. No problem with repeating the information. No problem with repeating the information. نعم. طيب. الآن ما معنى الآن؟ نريد. ما معنى نريد؟
We want. We want.
We want. Who never heard the word نريد? نريد بمعنى we want. We want. نريد أن نتعلم, to learn بعض المصطلحات النحوية. Some grammatical terminology. Very, very important for our studies together. Grammatical terminology. مثل معرفة. ما معنى معرفة؟ ما عكس معرفة؟ نكرة. معرفة النكرة. هذا درس مهم جدا. Many of the rulings that we find in our deen, permissibility and permissibility, the correct understanding is based upon understanding ma'rifah and nakira. Many rulings come from that. Understanding ma'rifah and nakira. So it's very, very important But we just want to get a basic understanding right now. And ma'rifa means
Definite.
Known.
definite.
Definite.
Ma'rifa means definite. What does that mean to you? I know for me, learning Arabic, I don't remember much from learning English grammar. And all of the vocabulary I know from English grammar is because I learned it from when you're studying Arabic. So what does definite mean? Definite. Definite. A specific, something specific. How do we use what is the particle or how do we show this definiteness or to be definite in English? The Now, so what's the opposite of definite? Indefinite. Nakira. So this is with regards to ism. I probably should have wrote that first. We have parts of speech, right?
Yeah.
Everybody knows that, huh? Aqsam al-kalam. The parts of speech, what are they? Ma hiya? Ismun, wa fi'lun, wa harfun. طيب الاسم يكون معرفة ونكرة. Now, the ism is the one that can be ma'rifa or nakira. It's the one that can be ma'rifa or nakira. Now, so for example, the noun, if it's ma'rifa, it means it's definite, it's specific. Like if somebody said, hand me the book, it's a specific book. Or hand me the pen, all right, or the red pen. For example, it's specific. But if somebody said, hand me a pen, doesn't matter if you bought a red one, a blue one, a black one, a big one, a small one, any pen, right? Any pen, because it's indefinite. We have the same idea in Arabic, but the way that we show that is with alif wa lam. Alif wa lam. Alif wa lam is called alamatu at-ta'rif. Alamatu at-ta'rif. ما معنى علامة؟ sign. عارف ولام ما هو؟ علامة التعريف. علامة التعريف يعني بمعنى أن إذا كانت al في كلمة فإنها معرفة. That means that if there is an al in the beginning of a letter, of a word, it's ma'rifa. It's definite. طيب وما هي علامة النكرة؟ التنوين بأنواعه الثلاثة هكذا صح؟ نعم. هذه ما هي علامة التنكير عكس تعريف. التنكير بمعنى نكرة والتعريف بمعنى معرفة. تعريف بمعنى معرفة والتنكير بمعنى نكرة. فهمتم هذا؟
فهمته.
أنتم معي؟ طيب تنكير
ما معنى تنكير؟
تنكير بمعنى نكرة. علامة التنكير يعني it's a sign that it's indefinite. نعم. تنوين علامة التنكير. So كيف تعرف أن الكلمة معرفة أو نكرة? How do you know if a word is معرفة or نكرة؟ إذا كان فيه ألف أو فيها ألف ولام فإنها معرفة، وإذا كان فيها تنوين فإنها نكرة، وهكذا. إلا في حال واحدة أيضا هذه ثانية. لكن if there's an exception. One thing about Arabic language, there's lots of exceptions. So this is something you got to really keep in mind. You learn a principle like this and you think that that's how it is, and then you find out later there's an exception to the rule. But in order to learn properly, you have to learn this is how it is like this. If you learn all the exceptions right now, you're going to go crazy. It's not going to make sense. It's going to be very difficult. So you learn a principle like this, but that might not be entirely 100% true. But that's how you have to learn it. You learn it like this, and then later on, as you grow, you'll find out there's exceptions to that rule. But if we go through all these exceptions now, it's going to be very difficult. So we learn principle, the fundamental, and then after that, we learn the exceptions from those fundamentals. Now, but there is an important exception with regards to the tanween. The tanween is the sign of what? Nakira. Sign of nakira. But what about if I said the word Zaydun? Zaydun, ma'rifa or nakira?
معرفة.
معرفة. لماذا؟ فيه تنوين. Because اسم العلم. We have something called اسم العلم. Now, what is the اسم العلم? اسم العلم. It's a proper noun. A name of a person or a place. The name of a person or a place. So this one, it could still have tanween, but because it's a name of a person or a place, for example, Zayd, that's somebody, his name is Zayd. There's no doubt about who he is. It's not indefinite. So tanween here is not a sign of indefinite. It's not a sign of nakira, because that's an exception with regards to ismu al-alam, ismu al-alam. فهمتم؟ واضح؟ الحمد لله. الحمد لله. طيب أيضا عندنا شيء يقال له عاقل وغير عاقل. ما معنى عاقل؟
Intellect.
ما معنى غير عاقل؟ نعم. But when we say here we're talking about عاقل, something that has an intellect, يعني like a person, not like a person. نعم. And غير عاقل is like an inanimate object. So we have عاقل and غير عاقل. نعم. This is important because in Arabic we're going to, whenever we talk about aqil, we have a certain way to do it. And whenever we talk about ghayru aqil, sometimes we have another way to do it. It's different. So this is important to know. Aqilun wa ghayru aqil. Some people, this is a review, alhamdulillah, it's all good, but we want to make sure everybody's on the same page because we want to start using a lot of this vocabulary as soon as possible. طيب أيضا باللغة الإنجليزية الكلام ينقسم إلى أقسام كثيرة. In the English language, speech has many different parts. There's prepositions, there's particles, there's verbs, there's subject, there's all different types of parts. There's nouns. But alhamdulillah, in Arabic there's only three types. There's only three parts of speech. For example, we have what's called aqsamu al-kalam. It's important to know this because we're dealing with kalimat and words. Speech. We're learning speech. So the first one is what? Ismun. And the second one is fi'lun. And the third one is harfun. طيب. لكن المهم من ذلك الفعل هو is a verb like English. Past tense, present tense, command verb, right? Harf is a similar also particle like a preposition. And there's other types of particles, like the particles of asking questions, and that will come later. But the ism, it has many different parts. For example, under the category of ism, we have something called ضمير. ما معنى ضمير? Pronoun. مثل ماذا? مثل لي. Give me an example. بالإنجليزية. He. She, them, they, it. It is a pronoun, right? طيب. It's a noun that refers back. It's a noun that refers back to another noun previously mentioned. The one thing that we keep in mind, pronouns, they always refer back to something already mentioned. You can't use a pronoun without having it refer back to something. If you did, the speech won't be complete. If somebody came in right now and said, "He's here," he began his speech like that. Somebody came in the door, "He's here." Or they made it. What are we going to say to him? Who? It's unclear because he's using pronouns. Pronouns, they have to be used after the subject has been established. After the subject has been established, then we use a pronoun to refer back to it. Something agreed upon the speaker and the listener. Same thing in the Arabic language. الضمير دائما يعود على شيء مذكور سابقا. It always returns back to something mentioned previously. That's the case of the damir. So, in the Arabic language, we're going to learn the damir. This is something very important. It's two types. I'm not speaking too fast for anybody, right? Yeah. I'm good. Yes. Huh? Yes. I'll tell you how to move. This is the crash course right here. I'm trying to get everybody caught up in as fast as possible.
I'm with you, but you are speaking fast.
Okay. سريع جيد الحمد لله. I want to help get us caught. This, like I said, crash course. We want to get caught up. That way we can start moving through the books. We can start moving through the books. A lot of this, I know most of the people that are, you're already familiar with this, right? We just want to make sure everybody's on the same page. طيب. We want to learn the ضمير. Very important. Also from the ism. What? Huh? Alam. Alam is an ism. Sah. But we want to talk about parts of speech. Sifa. Sifatun is a noun. What else do they call it? Na'atun. طيب. Also a dharf. Dharf is a noun in Arabic. Nam dhamir is an ism. Dhamir is an ism. A sifa or a na'at is an ism. A dharf is an ism. Naam.
معنى صفر في الإنجليزي
صفة بمعنى adjective. نعم. صفة بمعنى adjective. نعم. So these are all parts of an ism.
This one. What do we say?
Whenever you're describing a word that's masculine, you say injlizi, and you make it masculine. But because injliziya is a describing word, right? So whenever you want to describe something that is feminine, you say injliziya. So here we say injliziya لأننا نتحدث عن اللغة الإنجليزية. نعم. أو أتكلم بالكلام الإنجليزي. الكلام الإنجليزي واللغة الإنجليزية. So this is a sifa. It's a sifa. It's a sifa. So according to the mawsuf will be according to any the sifa. The sifa follows the mawsuf. Naam. فهمت؟ أيوة. There's some other parts of speech. For some reason I can't remember them right now from the ism. Anybody can remind me? اسم الفعل أيضا. اسم الفعل is called interjection. اسم الفعل.
بدل.
بدل. Noun, but that's just going to be any regular noun. These are that's probably good. Alhamdulillah. طيب. ما معنى أقسام؟ ما معنى الكلام؟ ما معنى أقسام الكلام؟
Types of speech.
ما هي أقسام الكلام؟ اسم وفعل وحرف. أيوة. طيب. أنتم معي؟ ها؟
No, that's a tab before the C.
قاف. ظرف بالإنجليزية بمعنى adverb. Adjective. نعم. Describing word. صفة. نعم. أيوة. You good? نعم. نعت بمعنى صفة. نعت وصفة مرادف. ما معنى مرادف؟ مرادف يعني مرادف كلمتان لهما نفس المعنى أو المعنى متقارب. And it has similar meaning. It's called a synonym. مرادف. We're also going to learn words from مرادف. So صفة مرادف لنعت. It's a synonym. They have the same meaning. نعت صفة نعت. نعم. ظرف بمعنى adverb. ظرف بمعنى adverb. Adjective. وظرف adverb. نعم. طيب. ممكن أن أمسح. Can I erase it? نعم. Somebody. Why don't we have a similar agreement to سوا يعني سوا بمعنى نفسه. سوا synonym. يعني سوا يعني بمعنى سوا is like عامية. المعنى سواء يعني
What's that?
similar, same. سوا like same.
Yeah, just lean back a little bit.
Okay, we have a deal right here. We make an agreement right here, and that is that we take picture of the board with the condition that everybody will write it in their notebook. You have to write it in the notebook. You can't suffice if you take the picture. It has to. We take the picture, we put it in the group, and then you have to put it in the notebook. You have to put it. Maybe even you can put it like make one page vocabulary, the next page this, or make it better in your notebook. Whatever the case is, you would take because normally what we would do, we'll sit right here and everybody will write until they're done. Well, since we're not studying 5 days a week, we're not studying 3 hours of class. We have very limited time. So in order to save time, we benefit from this picture, right? But many mistakes people make is they rely on the picture and they take a picture, then they never look at it again. Again, we want to eliminate that. So we can take the picture with the condition that everybody's going to write it in the book. Going to write it in the book. طيب? And then after that, what's the purpose for having it in the book is not so it stays in the book either. Why do we put it in the book? So you can study it and memorize it. So you can study it and memorize it. This knowledge has to be memorized. You have to just learn it. Whether you memorize it word for word like that, or you memorize the understanding of it, and you can recall the understanding, whatever the case may be, it has to be understood and comprehended. It has to be understood and comprehended. So you memorize. For example, ما علامة التنكير؟ التنوين. وما علامة التعريف؟ دخول ال. نعم. Okay. هذا هو. طيب الحرف. We have, for example, who can give me an example of حرف? Like what? حرف جر. حرف الجر. Like what? في. على. نعم. What about example مثل للفعل الماضي؟ ذهب. أحسنت. طيب الفعل يعني what are the parts of الفعل 3 أقسام أيضا صح؟ الماضي. ما معنى الماضي؟ المضارع. الأمر. نعم. This is we learn all of it inshallah in detail, but right now we're just having we're touching on it. We want to become familiar with it. We want to have some background going on. Whenever it's introduced, it's not the first time we hear it. It's not the first time we hear it. الفعل 3 أقسام. الماضي بمعنى past tense. المضارع بمعنى present tense. الأمر بمعنى command. Each one has its own form. طيب. ماذا تعرفون عن الإعراب؟ أحمد. لا أدري. Yeah. What do you know about إعراب?
إعراب. ضمة كسرة.
أيوة. ضمة كسرة فتحة. نعم. This is the signs of إعراب. Well, who knows something about إعراب? What do you know about إعراب? Anybody?
I'rab tells you what the word is in a sentence, basically by the meaning. By the ending of the word, the signs of the word.
The signs of the word. It clarifies the meaning. It clarifies the meaning. It's something specific to the Arabic language, and it's something specific to the Muslims. Some of the Salaf, they mentioned that Allah Azza wa Jal خص الله عز وجل هذه الأمة بثلاث لم يعطيها أحدا من الأمم السابقة. That some of the Salaf from the ulama of Hadith, they would say that Allah has specified this ummah with 3 things that He did not give any of the nations previously. And those 3 things they mention are al-isnadu wal-ansab wal-i'rab. That this ummah's specific qualities that the ummah of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam has is the isnad, the chain of narrators all the way to the companions to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. No other previous nation has that. The Jews have nothing like that. The Christians have nothing like that. They're chains they have nothing to the Hawariyun. They have nothing. Everything is very, very generations of gaps. We have chain connected all the way to our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Also the ansab, the ansab and the rulings that are based upon the lineage and the likes like that. This from the specific qualities of the Ummah Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Also, they mention from those specific qualities al-i'rab. Al-i'rab, that clarifies the meaning. Al-i'rab is very, very important. It's very, very beneficial. Rather, a specific quality that we have as Muslims that other nations, they don't have it. The other nations, they didn't have it. And the i'rab is clarifying the meaning directly. And if somebody changes the sign of i'rab from a dhamma to a fatha, it can change the meaning entirely, upside down. The meaning can be changed upside down by making a mistake in i'rab. Like, for example, Allah says, وَإِذَا بَتَلَا إِبْرَاهِيمَ رَبُّهُ. And whenever Ibrahim's Lord tried him. If somebody turned that upside down and made the fatha and the dhamma in the wrong places, the dhamma is on the word Rabbu, and the fatha is on the word Ibrahim. وَإِذِ بَتَلَا إِبْرَاهِيمَ رَبُّهُ. That's the correct understanding. And whenever Ibrahim's Lord tried him with a test, if somebody turned it around, وَإِذِ بَتَلَا إِبْرَاهِيمُ رَبَّهُ, this means that Ibrahim tried his Lord. This is completely opposite understanding. Very bad understanding. That's all just changing two harakah, fatha and dhamma, going like that. So this is very important to learn in order for the meaning to become clear. For the meaning to become clear. طيب, i'rab, it has signs, or it has before that halat, cases, case endings, right? What are those cases? How many are they? 4. What are they? Marfu', mansub, majroor, majzoom. طيب, the noun has how many from these 4? 3. What are they? Marfu', mansub, and majroor. And the fi'l has how many from these? 4. 3. What are they? Marfu', mansub, and majzoom. So that means that a ism is majroor and it's not majzoom. And a fi'l is majzoom and it's not majroor. But both of them are marfu' and mansub. Now, what's the ma alamatul rafa'? What is the sign of marfu'? Dhamma. Ma alamatul nasb or mansub? Fath. Ma alamatul al-jar? Kasra. Ma alamatul jazm? Sukoon. Everybody's, alhamdulillah, this is good. We have a basic understanding. We're not in this level. We're not going to go very, very, very deep in that, but we have to have some basic understanding about that, so that we can pronounce the words properly. طيب. من له السؤال؟ فعل الأمر. Command verb. Command. For the first one is a past tense verb, present tense verb, command verb. Now, أيوة.
That word you said, was it haralat?
حالات الإعراب. حالات الإعراب. States. Conditions, states. Now.
And they were? What were they again?
الرفع والنسب المرفوع المنسوب المجرور والمجزوم. You got it?
مرفوع
والمنسوب والمجرور والمجزوم. Hey, we'll go through it inshallah again. Like I mentioned, this class, the next class, probably next week, we're going to just be kind of like this, all over the place a little bit until we get on a smooth path and we can follow the book, inshallah, as fast as possible. Now,
can we specifically say that concerning the i'rab,
i'rab,
it's the changes that take place at the end of the word?
Now,
specifically, can we say that?
No. It's the change that takes place on the end of the word.
No.
Any the harakah.
But at the
end. Now, it's the change of the harakah that changes on the end of a word. Now, for example, you say, جاء زيد ورأيت زيدان وسلمت على زيد. فهنا زيدون وزيدان وزيدين. لماذا? Al-i'rab, it tells you why that change occurred and what made it change and what's that meaning. What does that mean? Now, like with the word Zayd, you say جاء زيدون رأيت زيدان سلمت على زيدين. So it changed. One time it's dhamma, next time it's fatha, next time it's kasra. Learning i'rab will tell you why that changed, what made it change, and what's that change mean. That comes later, inshallah. Now, but that's the case. Any other question? Now,
ما ذلك كلمة تحتي مشارك ومعمول.
هنا
نعم.
هذا مضارع. هذا مضارع. الماضي المضارع الأمر. الأمر. نعم الأمر. ما معنى الأمر؟ افعل، اجلس، اكتب، اسكت، اطلب العلم، اكتب الدرس، اشرب الماء، افعل كذا. نعم command. اسمع. نعم استمع. نعم أيوة. Okay, everybody good on that? Any question? خلاص. There are some very important things that we want to go over that is very beneficial. They're like fundamentals that will always be with a student of knowledge when he's studying the Arabic language. And as I mentioned before, a lot of things I'm going to give a little bit advanced, but it's going to be things that's based upon memorization. If you understand it and you just memorize it, you'll be so good. You can get this part out of the way very fast. So the dars here is called al-Dhamir. ما جمع ضمير؟ أيوة الضمير. الضمير نوعان. ما معنى نوعان؟ Two types. What are they? ما هما؟ ضمير منفصل وضمير متصل. The attached pronoun and detached pronoun. نعم. This is very important. الضمير المنفصل نريد أن نتعلمها ونفهمها جيدا ونحفظها. منفصل. الضمير المنفصل. It's a detached pronoun. طيب. Okay. ما معنى مذكر؟
مذكر
masculine. مذكر. طيب. ما معنى المفرد؟ ما معنى أو كيف تقول دول؟
تقول مثنى.
كيف تقول plural؟ الجمع. نعم. طيب عندنا هنا مذكر. طيب وأيضا عندنا كيف تقول feminine؟ مؤنث. طيب وأيضا عندنا persons. In English we have what's called person. You know about that? First person, second person, third person. What's that mean? What is first person? Second person, third person. What's that? In English. The perspective of the speaker. So the one who's speaking, he's called first person. The one who is being spoken to is called the second person. The one who's being spoken about is called third person. So right now I'm first person and you're second person. Right? And if I'm talking about the board, it's third person. If I'm talking about Zayd, he's not here, it's third person. The third person could be present or not present. It's the one who's being spoken about. So we have the first person, second person, and the third person. And this can change. Maybe sometimes I'm first person, then I'm second person. Maybe I might be third person. All in one time. It's changing like this. Whoever's talking, he's first person. Whoever's listening and being addressed is second person. Whoever is being spoken about is
third person.
طيب عندنا هذا الشيء باللغة العربية أيضا. We have this in Arabic also. So the third person is called
The third person?
الغائب. I should have wrote that first up here. Then الغائب. ما معنى الغائب؟ third person. Third person. Okay. So, this chart, we want to memorize it just like this. We'll write the Dhamir Muttasil, we write that on top up here, so that it's clear. Okay, everybody with me?
Yeah.
Al-Ghaib, third person. باللغة العربية Al-Ghaib, third person. Al-Ghaib. Arabic is very specific to masculine and feminine. Arabic is very specific to gender. Naam, Aylan, very specific to the amount. 1, 2, 3, singular, dual, or plural. Naam, here when we talk about plural, we're talking about 3 or more. 3 or more. Okay? So we have mufrad, 1, singular. We have muthanna, plural. Afwan, excuse me. We have muthanna, dual. And we have jama', 3 or more. Type very specific like this, plural, 3 or more. Tayyib. Then we have pronouns that correspond to this. عندنا ضمائر توافق على هذا الجدول. فإذا المفرد مذكر ما هو الغائب. الغائب المذكر المفرد هو مثنى هما وجمع هم مؤنث هي مثنى هما وهن. Probably on almost every page in there in the Quran you will find one of these pronouns. Almost on every page you will find the pronoun, because this is how we speak. This is how speech is. I mean, this is the speech of Allah Azza wa Jalla, speaking to His creation, and these pronouns are used in speech. Huwa bima'na he. Huma, them two, mudhakkar, masculine.
The same.
Hum,
All of them.
them all. Them all. When we say hum, the origin is that it's 3 or more men. But it could be 3 or more men or women. Women are included in hum. If there's 1 man and 20 women, you say hum. You say hum. As long as there's a man there, you say hum. If you talk about them, like a man and all of his family, they're all women. His family is all women. He's got lots of daughters. And he's by himself, you want to talk about them, you say whom, because there's a man present. Even if he's outnumbered by women, you use whom. Now you use whom. So whenever we say whom, generally, that is speaking about men, but also women are included in that address. إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا. آمَنُوا whom, they believe. But also women are included in that address, in that speech. طيب, وهي she. وهما mu'annath is the same. So it could be 2 men or 2 women or a man and a woman. You use the same form. Huma, and then hunna is for 3 or more women only. 3 or more women only. Whenever you want to speak about 3 or more women only, we say hunna. Hunna. This is very important. From this scale, we're going to learn all the verbs. We have to learn this scale and master it. The faster we master this, the faster we can say huwa, huma, hum, hiya, huma, hunna, the faster we're going to be moving. Because after this, I want to give you the verb skills in the very beginning. That way you just memorize them at your pace. If you can memorize all of them, that's better. If not, you memorize the most important ones from there. Now, and the faster we do that, then we learn the present tense, and then the command. All of that is very easy. It just requires memorization. This just requires memorization. So, that we can knock it out in the very beginning, which is very beneficial. Very beneficial to have that fundamental knowledge. Al-Ghaib. What's next? المخاطب المخاطب نعم وعندنا نفسه الجدول المذكر والمؤنث نعم ثم عندنا مفرد المذكر ماذا
أنت
أنت أنتما أنتما أنتم طيب مؤنث مفرد مخاطب أنتِ أنتما أنتن because there's some things we want to learn this because the Arabic language is based upon verbs. The Arabic language is based upon verbs and there's verb scales. And if you just learn these scales right here, this will help you go so fast. Memorize this first and then the verb scales after that. This helps you to move very, very quickly. Bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. طيب, and then the last one we have, first person. مفرد مجمع نحن. That's it. So this is مشترك بين المذكر والمؤنث. يعني الرجل يقول أنا طالب والمرأة تقول أنا طالبة. نعم. والرجل والمرأة أو الرجال والنساء يقولون نحن مسلمون. والنساء يقولن نحن مسلمات. فهمتم هذا؟ This one is مشترك. You share between the two. You say the man and the woman both say أنا. The men and the women they both say نحن. Same. طيب. So this is it. Well, how are we going to memorize it? We memorize it just like this in our mind. We start over there. الغائب مذكر مفرد مثنى جمع. Then we go to مؤنث مفرد مثنى جمع. Like this. I start in the غائب just like that. هو هما هم هي هما هن. This is how I do it. I write it down in my book. I write it like this on my paper. I look at it and I read it. And then I put my paper down. I try to recite it without looking. If I get there first, I'm like huwa, huma, hum. I look again until I can do huwa, huma, hum, huwa, hum. Then I can say huwa, huma, hum in my mind, and I know mufrad, muthanna, jama. Until I can say it like that without looking. Then I go to the mu'annith like this. I do the same thing. The same way you memorize a verse from the Quran. Like this, repetition over and over until you have it. After you think you have it, you give it to the brother. Let me recite to you. I want to recite the pronoun scale to you. He hold the paper, you start. Al-ghaib, mudhakkar, mufrad, huwa, huma, hum. Like this. This is how you know you got it. When you recite it to your brother from your memory, you know you got it. Until you do that, you don't really have it. You have to do it like this. This is a very, very beneficial technique in memorizing any verses, hadith, Arabic grammar rules. So we want to be able to do it like that. Huwa, huma, hum, hiya, huma, hunna, anta, antuma, antum, anti, antuma, antunna, ana, wa nahnu. Like this until it's very easy for me. Because after that, we want to put the verb scale there. I want to get that knocked out as soon as we can. That way we just go. Because it's very beneficial that you just memorize. It's a scale, you just memorize it. Even if you don't understand it, you just memorize it. Fa'ala, fa'ala, fa'alu, fa'alat, fa'alata, fa'alna. Like this, you just memorize it. And then later on, we learn how to use it. And then as we learn vocabulary, it starts coming together. It starts coming together. Bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. Man lahu su'al? Abu Dhamir. أنت السؤال؟ عندك السؤال? I always have one student that says أنا سؤال. مفرد مثنى. Same. Oh, that's the same. No. أنتما same. No. And this is mistake. جزاك الله خيرا. أنت. Yeah, that's right. أنت, أنتي. أنتي. نعم. صح. أنت, أنتي. نعم. صحيح. هذا هو. نعم.
متقلم. This is a
مذكر أنت. مؤنث أنتي. مفرد. نعم.
متقلم is a category like these others here.
أيوة. This is third person, second person, first person. متكلم is first person. Al-Mukhatab is the one that's being addressed. That's second person. Al-Ghaib is the one who's being spoken about. That's the third person.
Can you make your wings bigger? I really was saying, sorry.
Also, the mutaqallim can be called khatib.
Al-Mukhatib. نعم. نعم. It could be called that. صحيح. Anybody else? نكتفي بهذا. We suffice with that. Tomorrow, inshallah. Who's going to memorize this tonight? Try to. Whoever didn't already memorize it, then let's start like this. I'm at least going to memorize this. If I get this, I'm going to get this. After I get this, I'm going to at least try to get this. مذكر مخاطب. If I get that, I'm going to get the mu'annith. Once I get that, I'm done. I'm just going to get these two. We do little by little. Huh? نعم, we're going to have tests inshallah. بعد شوي. نعم, لابد من اختبارات inshallah. Huh? After يعني sometime after like half the book we start. نعم, inshallah. Please get we won't need the books tomorrow, but you need to get them ASAP. It's probably better to try to get them all together to give you a discount at Office Depot if you buy bulk. If you buy more than 1,000 pages, they will make it cheaper. Well, you should try to get all the PDFs together and then just bind it one time. You have to tell them to bind it on the right side. This is Arabic. Yeah, on the right side. Yeah.
Is there another book that we should get that she said?
The Sharh. That will help you. Yeah.
Was it 4 books or 5? 4 books.
4. نعم 4. خلاص. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. اللهم صل وسلم على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم.